Welcome to the channel. This is Peter Snakes, bringing you one more educational video about ball pythons. This time I'm going to talk about simple techniques for feeding your ball pythons. In resume, there are three different types of food: live, freshly killed, and frozen thawed. The ball pythons may eat according to one of these 5 feeding techniques: strike feed, drop feed, assist feed, choo-choo train feed, and forced feed. Regarding the frequency of the ball python's feeding, it may be between every 5 to 10 days. Usually, hobbyists prefer once a week to keep it on a simple schedule. 2 to 4 days after you last fed your ball python, you will notice that the ball python has its head sticking out of the hide. This is the ball python body posture of hunting. The ball python also may be roaming around the front of the tub, searching for food, especially around the time of feeding, in feeding days. As ball pythons are nocturnal species, they tend to eat or be fed during night time. If you have any doubts about the size of the mice or rat you should feed to your ball python, as a rule of thumb, the food should not be larger than the largest part of the ball python's body. As opposed to offering your ball python one big prey, you have the option to offer the ball python 2 or more smaller preys. I have been buying rats of around 100 grams to 120 grams to feed my adult ball pythons, as well as mice with a weight of around 25 grams to 30 grams to feed my juvenile ball pythons, and finally small mice of around 10 grams to 20 grams for my baby ball pythons. In terms of types of prey, as I just mentioned, there are different types of food: rats, mice, African soft fur rats, and gerbils. In terms of food type, some hobbyists or breeders prefer to feed live prey due to its convenience, price, and higher nutritional value. For some others, like myself, frozen thawed is more practical once the ball pythons have been educated into taking frozen thawed. When the ball python is acting as a picky feeder, a way for changing from live prey to frozen thawed is to do the intermediate step of freshly killed prey. One can gas the prey with carbon dioxide, knock them out, or the least cruel and least painful way for the mice is just to snap their neck. Now, regarding the ball python's feeding technique, they can show different types of behavior. Strike feed, when the snake strikes the prey as soon as it sees it.
Oh yeah!
Or drop feed, when you leave the prey in the tub or terrarium and after a while the snake will sense it and eat it. If the ball python is not taking its meal, we can do assist feed, where we place the head of the frozen thawed inside the ball python's mouth in order to stimulate the ball python into swallow the prey. The choo-choo train technique consists in placing another prey right behind the first one, so as to having the snake eating 2 or more preys in one go. Forced feed, as the name suggests, consists on forcing the prey all the way down the snake's throat. This is an aggressive technique for the ball python. It will stress the animal and it may hurt if not done properly. It is recommended to be performed by experienced people and only on cases of extreme necessity. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly have been learning while researching on these topics. If you have any questions, then feel free to comment below and I will get back to you ASAP. Power to the snakes!